It started out as a series of small, almost unnoticeable events, things you'd easily dismiss if you weren't paying close attention. My bedroom light was off as it should have been, but I had the strongest feeling that someone was in the room. I stayed frozen under my covers, listening. There was nothing. Eventually, I convinced myself it was a dream and fell back asleep, but the feeling lingered. Around 2:45 a.m., I heard a soft scratching sound, like nails brushing against wood. My body tensed. The sound came from the hallway, just beyond my door. It was slow, deliberate. I held my breath and stayed perfectly still. The scratching stopped. A creak in the floorboards when no one else was home. My windows are always locked, and there's no fire escape. I woke up at my usual time, tired and anxious, but nothing seemed out of place. I checked the footage immediately. For hours, nothing happened. Just me, tossing and turning. They took it seriously at first, but after checking the locks, windows, and the lack of any sign of forced entry, they started to doubt my story. They said maybe it was a prank, maybe someone had access to my apartment, or maybe the footage was faked. They said they'd patrol the area, but that was it. Then, at 2:47 a.m., the footage went static for a full minute. Slowly, methodically, he never stood. He crept from the hallway into the kitchen, then disappeared out of frame. His face just inches from mine. Then the video ended. He was dressed in all black, with his face completely obscured by a hood or a mask. But every time I returned, I noticed small things. A moved pillow, a glass out of place. Lights left on that I knew I'd turned off. Someone was still getting in. I didn't go back for any of my things. I went to stay with my brother in another state and never looked back. The police never caught the man. The footage disappeared from my cloud account not long after. I had downloaded one copy onto a flash drive, but it went missing during the move. When it came back, I saw something that made my stomach drop. Every creak, every whisper of wind sends me into a panic. Sometimes I still wake up in the middle of the night, certain I'm being watched. The logical side of me screamed that this couldn't be happening. Standing just outside my bedroom door. He didn't move. He didn't make a sound. Just stood there, watching. I couldn't see his face. He never turned toward the camera, but I knew he was staring straight at me. The footage ended there. I set them all to record continuously. The next night, I stayed at home, determined to catch him. I slept with a kitchen knife under my pillow. I watched it 5 times, each time hoping I'd imagined it. But there he was, tall, still, and silent. Just stillness. I checked all the doors and windows, everything was locked. The next morning, I checked the footage. My breath caught in my throat. I changed my locks the next day and even installed a cheap security camera I bought online. I aimed it at my bedroom door and set it to record during the night. My eyes adjusted to the darkness, and I scanned the room. Again, nothing. No footsteps, no movement, just silence. But deep down, I knew I hadn't imagined it. There was a presence, or someone. The subtle shift of cold air near my bed while the windows remained shut. I never used to it, felt unnecessary, but I needed to feel secure. Yet every morning, I would wake to find the door cracked open. I thought maybe I hadn't latched it properly. So, the next night, I locked it and pushed a chair against the handle, just to be sure. I lived alone in a small upstairs apartment on the edge of town. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. After a long day at work, I'd come home, make something simple to eat, read or watch TV, then sleep. It was a routine that kept me grounded. The first time I noticed something truly off, I had just woken up around 3 a.m., startled and disoriented. A few nights later, the same thing happened. I awoke suddenly with my heart racing. By the end of that week, I started locking my bedroom door at night. That night, I barely slept. Then, the handle turned. The chair held firm, but it rattled. My heart pounded so loudly I thought whoever or whatever was on the other side could hear it. After a moment, the handle stopped turning. Silence. I didn't sleep at all that night. In the morning, the chair had been moved. I live on the second floor with only one entrance and no balcony. That night, I slept with the lights on. There, in the faint glow of the hallway light, was the outline of a man. I went to the police, of course. So, I bought heavier locks, reinforced my windows. I even started sleeping at a friend's place a few nights a week. Desperate, I installed multiple cameras, one in the hallway, one in the living room, one in the kitchen. Again, I woke up in the middle of the night, but this time, there was no noise. From 2:43 a.m. to 2:58 a.m., the living room camera showed a man crawling on all fours across the floor. But the worst part, at exactly 3:01 a.m., the camera in my bedroom flickered briefly, and when it came back, he was standing over me, watching me sleep. I moved out that same day. It's been over a year now. I still don't sleep well, because the truth is, I don't know who he was, or if he ever really left. And maybe he's watching someone else now. Maybe he's watching you. Just make sure your doors are locked tonight.